Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Sunday. You know what that means. Of course, it means you're here continuing the journey of Ben 10 Omniverse. This is Season 8, Episode 2. Of course, we'll not know the title until I get into the episode. The Season 8 premiere of Omniverse was pretty crazy, and there was a lot of stuff happening, but the main thing is that apparently that episode of young Ben, Gwen, of course, I think it's after the events of Classic. You had Cousin Lucy in the mix, you had Cooper, I think that's his name. I was trying to think and remember, like, is that his name? I was getting ready for this intro, but anyways, if I'm wrong, sorry. Jonesy, a new character, and Kevin, and they're all young, obviously, because taking place after Classic and everything, but Kevin is attached to the Null Void somehow, through a portal that they can magically now move, due to, like, some magic and all this stuff, and just a lot happening. And then the reveal is that the owner of this house is actually Ghost Freak. But you guys were commenting saying this is breaking canon. Like, canon-wise, this is not making sense. Or this just doesn't add up to what we know in terms of the canon of Classic, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse up to a point. So the question is, did they forget? And some of you guys were commenting on it, and I remember seeing somebody specifically mention that they think this is connected to the canon, like, terms of timeline of the Season 4 finale, where it's, I think it's Goodbye Good Riddance or whatever the title is, but it's like showcasing an alternate universe of Ben, and they're thinking this might be the canon of that, like this might be attached, or maybe it was confirmed, I don't know, but still I had a fun time with the episode. At times, it was just kind of like, what are we doing here exactly? like, there's a lot of stuff happening here, but it's just like, what's going on? But I still had a good time with the episode. Regardless of the canon or breaking canon or whatever the case may be, I still had a fun time with the episode. So I can't really complain too much because I still had a good time. Because it's not like it was a boring episode. It's not like it was an episode where I was just like, blah. Like, whatever. Like, if it's breaking canon, if it's part of another universe, it's not... Okay, cool. Maybe they could have made it more obvious. Like it's a what-if kind of situation or just kind of a different... I don't know. Then again, like I said, still had fun with it, so whatever. So now we're diving into the next episode here. Not sure what to expect because at this point, as I've been stating, I'm a broken record. You never know what to expect with Ben 10 Omniverse, but this is the final season of the show, so I'm hoping for some good stuff here because it's the final go around of, you know, going through a season of the show, so I'm hoping for something good. And that's all I ask for. If you give me something good, I am all on board. But if you don't, ooh, I'm gonna have problems. Anyways, let's dive in, guys. Check out this episode. Let's go.
You pulled too hard on purpose.
Did not.
Did so.
Did not.
What's the verdict? I have no problem with dematerializing. Par for the course.
Who is this? Oh, wait a minute.
Sorry to
Oh!
upset you,
Oh!
Ben Tennyson.
The kid and he wants to have fun.
Sorry to have missed you, Ben Tennyson.
I love that reveal. That's good.
We meet again.
A one-taden coin. Did one of you drop this?
Must I remind you? The Omnitrix is missing.
Yeah.
Ben,
We'll get to
focus.
that.
Come on.
Just when we
Always
work out
getting
all
mad.
the bugs in the new security protocols, you jokers get all sloppy on us.
Month's worth of free smoothies.
He did. Oh, come on.
Hey, Ben, I can't use my Sumo Slammers Extreme Slam Capades on ice tickets.
Sumo Slammers Extreme Style.
He's getting
Extremely
everything.
hard,
What is
super
happening?
cold.
Just trying to keep my cool and do my job.
That's a sight. Max is losing his mind. I feel so bad for him because the Omnitrix is missing, Kyber's back, and Ben's like, "Oh, I got a month's worth of smoothies. I got off the scratch off. Like, oh, I get to go to the Sumo Slammers on ice." He doesn't give a fuck.
Kyber,
He's just walking back in.
Nothing. It's your parasite I'm after.
What?
Greetings. What is this?
Yeah, what is it?
Get it off! Get it off!
Get it off! What?
It feeds on DNA.
What is it you want from me?
That is
Blood?
weird.
I assure you that won't be pretty. It turns the wearer into different predatory creatures.
Or a parasite with a high tolerance for neural shifts.
Multiple strings of exotic DNA, all for me.
One free, Mr.
So instead
Smoothie,
of
please.
trying to find the
Would not our
Omnitrix,
time be
he's getting
better spent
smoothies.
Tracking down Kyber.
Ben is
No
so
matter what,
nonchalant.
we'll find him. Today's
Well.
my lucky day.
I much prefer to rely on my skill than your luck.
The closeness.
Ben Tennyson, fate brings us together again for a final encounter.
Holy shit! That was awesome! Wow!
Hey, what's that on the Nemetrix anyway? A glob of snot?
It seems that an alien of some sort is a...
Oh my god! Nothing. That's pretty cool.
From the DNA.
So whoever Ben turns into, there's gonna be a response, I bet.
Lucky day. Hey, no mothers, man. Keep it clean.
No mothers. That's good. No mothers. Oh, moving them out of the city, I guess. Holy crap. Well, that was good. It worked. Whatever just happened.
You guys made a teleporter and used it on us?
Wow.
So you found Kyber.
Yes,
Yes,
we did.
but then they were
Kyber's
taken away.
using the Nemetrix on himself. It's some weird slime creature, like a big booger.
Big booger.
That's not too much to go on, or not so gloppy.
Oh, super gloppy. Oh, gelatinous. Stop, like that one. That's it.
That's it exactly.
That definitely complicates our search. Let's have another go.
No.
Ben, that's not
Uh-oh. Just making his blade sharper.
About the Omnitrix, it has even more DNA than your
Yes.
Omnitrix, does it not? Where can we find him and that supremely powerful little gadget of his?
Kyber's ship. It worked.
Uh-oh.
Ben?
Tennyson.
Wow.
This
Just
is
right
my
there.
lucky day.
Quick, we must defeat that greedy lad before
Quick.
he disappears again!
Didn't you simply give me the Nemetrix before I kick your... whatever it is you have?
It's charm, dear friend.
Bring it on.
Oh, shit. He got a Humongousaur. Oh my gosh.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Unsporting.
Uh-oh.
Slimy. Double.
Dude. This is crazy. Get off, get off.
Get it off, turn Kyber into Tyrannopede.
Which
The
is-
thing that eats humongous
Yes.
for breakfast. Our Omnitrix.
Watch out!
Oh. Pay attention. Ouch. Get up.
Once he's good and crazy, yes, he's
Good and
bound
crazy.
to make a mistake.
Well.
Let the Nemetrix rot Kyber's mind.
Oh. That design is just crazy, but it's pretty cool. Trying to get unstuck.
He's already losing it, Snotty.
Oh, I forgot I could do that.
Oh, perhaps deep down you know we're in this together, partner.
Uh-oh. Hey, well, there you go. That is awesome. Oh, nice. Like Spider-Man. This is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just the diamond head arm and all that.
You can be pretty useful.
Holy crap. Dude, this is so cool. Wow.
Huh?
There we go.
Ben!
Oh, he's gonna trip on the Lego.
Hitting anything but the ground.
Exactly. Stepping on the Lego.
Quick, he's on the defensive.
That's gotta hurt though. Oh, move. Good.
I'm a dollop with a wallop.
Don't
the wall.
expect me to thank you.
Blukich, Driba.
Ben, that teleporter is untested data processed.
Okay, that worked.
You are pulling your luck.
You are pulling your luck.
Pushing Rook. And no.
Data process.
Oh, just the tickets. Oh no.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
luck has totally run out.
Partner,
Don't call me that.
the weapons I'll give you.
He does have a point.
But
Besides, are literally impossible to remove.
this episode was pretty damn good. And I love the reveal that Kyber was the one that was, of course, in Plumber Base. And they don't waste any time showing him. Because I thought, okay, we're going to see this hooded figure, and there's the Omnitrix, and I should have guessed it was Kyber, but I thought maybe they're going to wait and reveal who it is a little bit. But no, boom, he just takes off the hood, and then he turns to the camera because he knew it was there. That was pretty cool. We got introduced to a new character, a parasite. Now, he gave his own name. Like, he did give his name eventually, but we're going to call him Snot, or Snotty, or whatever, like, because that's what he reminds me of. He's a parasite that Kyber just openly walks into the bar area, of course, in Undertown, to find. And this parasite is attracted to DNA. Like, it's just like, it likes to latch on to somebody, and then he can morph and create things out of the DNA of the host it's attached to. So, like, in the instance when it attached itself to a guy who was a 4-arms alien, on the top of the guy's head, he created an extra 4 arms out of, like, his, like, snotty body. That's a way to say it. But then it gets attached to the Omnitrix, right? And Kyber, which is interesting. So Kyber, like, okay, he lost his dog. It's not really a dog, but you get my point. He lost that because, of course, now it's Kevin's dog. And I just love how that became a thing that was just really cool. So Kyber's like, okay, I can find a parasite that will allow itself to transform out of the DNA in the Omnitrix, but I'm wearing it, and then I can then create armor or some sort of, like, it's protecting also his mind, which I think his mind was broke. Because at the end of the episode, he said the wrong thing instead of the Omnitrix. I do think maybe Kyber has lost his mind a little bit. I do think so. But when he transformed with, of course, the snot, whatever, attached to the Omnitrix, and he creates like a helmet kind of thing, and then he has like this body armor extension on his arm and stuff, and basically it goes against Heat Blast, which, by the way, the Heat Blast transformation was fucking awesome. The visuals of that transformation was freaking cool. Loved how they did that. That was so awesome. Because a lot of transformations are cool, but this one felt special. Like, just the way they did it. But since he turned to Heat Blast, then the Omnitrix went against it with its natural, like, predator towards a Heat Blast alien. Same thing happened, of course, later in the third act when Ben finally got Humongosaur, which we'll talk about more of that in a second. And then Kyber, of course, turned into the predator version of Humongosaur, being the prey in that situation. But it found out the Snot, the little guy. You're like, the Omnitrix, Kyber, like, that has more DNA than your Omnitrix. And the way Snot spoke too was kind of interesting too. Just the way he kind of like let like certain syllables last longer, and just the way he worded certain things. It's just interesting approach to the character. But then again, it's a parasite, so you could really do anything with the voice, really. So I wasn't sure who actually did the voice for the character, but whoever did it did a pretty good job, I think, in my opinion, because it just felt odd, and it works. So when Ben shows up, because we'll talk more of the luck stuff in a bit, because he just materializes right there in front of Kyber. It latches itself onto Ben immediately, and then it was helping Ben, because it realized, oh, the things we can do together. Because then Ben started to transform into Humongosaur, which he always asks for Humongosaur, and he never gets Humongosaur, but the one time he does, it's because here's this new character latched on, this parasite, to the Omnitrix. And then, of course, Kyber is turned into the predator of Humongosaur, being the prey. And then that all kind of unfolds. But then Snotty, starts to do what he did to Kyber to Ben, where now he's creating an extension, like, arm of, like, a Humongosaur's arm, but now it's a diamond head armor with a sword. And then he turns it into, when a tree and some debris throw it at him, because when that giant, freaking T-Rex worm-looking creature or whatever slams its tail on the ground and then flings freaking a tree and shit, turns it into, oh god, his arm, I can't remember the name of the alien, oh gosh, can't remember, but it's like, it's the drill, I forget the name of the alien, I apologize, it's just not clicking my head, sorry. A lot going on up there. Woo, a lot happening. So, Drill destroys it like nothing, and then blocks Legos. And then that was probably the funnest part. It's like, we all know stepping on a Lego is painful. We all know that. It's horrible. It feels horrible. Well, Ben, in the mouth of this creature, right, opening up wide enough and holding it, and he's just firing down. And it's not like you're not hitting him. Like, that's the point of hitting the ground. Takes a step, and then of course he's running towards Ben, and you can tell he's visibly, because all the blocks, all the Legos on the ground, he's running towards Ben, you know, and all that. And you can tell physically, because it's hurting his feet, because it's painful as hell to step on Legos. It's horrible. It's hurtful. Damn, it sucks. I never want to do that again. Never want to step on Legos ever again. So there's no Legos here. Never again. It was a horrible experience. It was terrible. So, pretty cool. Now, here's my, I wouldn't say worry, but here's my question. Now we've introduced this new character, the parasite, Snotty. And they're implying at the end of the episode that he is going to be around for a while. Like, it's impossible to get him to leave. So what can they do to get him off? Like, in terms of the Omnitrix, like, what can they do to get him to be removed from the Omnitrix so he's no longer attached? Because he did say it is impossible for me to be removed. So I don't know. So I'm assuming we'll see him in the next episode. I'm assuming, unless this was a setup thing and that we actually never see a continuation. Like, I have no clue. I'm assuming we'll see more of this character, but I don't know. Now, 2 more things that I want to address in this video before we wrap it up and call it, guys. One, I like how they were showcasing and this was setting up the second thing I want to talk about, which is Ben's luck. That's the second thing I want to address. Because as we're talking, the Omnitrix was stolen by Kyber, right? And here's Max and everything, and Rook, and Blue Chick, and Rebo, whatever, and they're all... Ben's not really fucking caring. He's like, oh, I found this thing. This money. And, oh, I got a scratch off. I will use this to scratch off a ticket. I got a 1 month of smoothies. Free smoothies for a month. And I get tickets to go see Sumo Slammers. So luck was just really blooming for Ben. But what I want to specifically talk about now, we'll get to that in a second, is Max losing his cool, trying to keep calm. I like that they addressed that and actually did that because, let's be frank, let's be honest, Ben is not really taking shit seriously. Even when this was all happening, this is kind of typical for Ben. A lot of the times Ben doesn't take stuff seriously. And I think Max has been really good for the most part, handling his cool, keeping calm, but in this instance, he was losing his mind. Losing it. He's like, and Rook's like, Max, are you okay? I think he says Magister Tennyson, or how he addresses him properly. And that's a good thing for Rook to do, but that's what he always does. Max like, trying to keep my cool. Because Max wants to tell Ben, look, Ben, you have the most powerful fucking thing on your wrist. Most powerful device ever. And it was supposed to be mine, and it got attached to you. You need to take this more seriously. Which at times Ben does. Like, we've seen those moments, especially when younger Ben interacted with current Ben in Ultimate Alien, and that whole crossover happened with Agrigor and everything, and phenomenal episode having those 2 Bens crossover. But young Ben even addressed the responsibility of having the Omnitrix. So there are times, but in this instance, the Omnitrix was stolen, but in his mind, Ben's like, we'll find Kyber eventually, which exactly happened. As soon as he gets his first free smoothie, right, turns around, there's Kyber on a building. Kyber's on the roof over there. There you go. See, I told you we're going to find him. No matter what, we're going to find the guy. Because Kyber can't stay away. So maybe that's why Ben wasn't truly worried. Because he knew that this was going to end up happening anyways. He knew Kyber's not going to waste time. Kyber's going to come find me. That's why Kyber came to the plumber tech, whatever, Max Plumbing. He went down there to the plumber base to get the Omnitrix, not to just run away. He went to get the Omnitrix to fight back against Ben again, to get revenge, to get his reckoning. Ben knew he had time, so yeah. Ben's lucky day. It was luck until the very end when which, by the way, and in the final season of Omniverse, they finally showcased there's a teleporter that's still not correctly functioning, but it did work for most part. It did transport Rook outside of the ship and transported Ben right into the main freaking area of the ship where Kyber's right there. But then when they're now transporting Kyber to the base from where they are out in the forest somewhere, boom, it works. But then they accidentally take the tickets of Sumo Slammers, and then Driba and Blue Chick get thrown into the mix and transported there. So like the flip-flop of that was interesting, how that all worked out. So clearly the transporter device doesn't exactly work. But Ben was having a lucky day because he was right. No troubles. And I think with this happening, Ben having a lucky day, a good day, everything's just coming up roses for Ben. It's really symbolizing that Ben is just like, I can just continue to be this way. I can continue to be nonchalant and I'll be fine. Maybe. So so overall, this was a fun episode. Liked having Kyber return. Curious to see if we're going to see this new parasite character moving forward. And we're getting closer and closer to the end of the show. And it sucks. But thank you guys so much for supporting the content. And I will see you guys next week with the next episode. Of course, I'll see you guys soon in general on the channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Some of your favorite moments. This definitely was a pretty damn good episode overall. Let me know your thoughts, some of your favorite moments. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.